Hey guys, Debo here. I'm back. We're doing part 3 of this, looks like it's going to be a 3-part video about the Tallman's Finger pet build. They just recently buffed pets in 2.1.1, made them have a lot more survivability, and I've been crunching down with this build for the week so far to get it up to the point where it can do 34 consistently, and then do 35 half the time, and then 36 maybe once in a blue moon. My goal is to get this build to 38 by the end of the season, performing pretty decently. If I can get it to 35 consistent or 36 consistent, and then maybe get it to 38 or 37, I'd be pretty happy. Really 38, but that's just how it goes. Alright, so we're in the next area. And let me see here. That. Alright, let's get down to it. Now, 35, I can't guarantee anything. 35 is my point in which it's up in the air. Depends on what type of mobs I get. It's so random, I don't even know. So, if I pass it, I pass it. I don't, I don't. Now, I know I can kill all the monsters and clear it, but the thing is, can I clear it in time? As you see, we got a crazy monster right here. I don't like that mob. He jumps around, claw. He hits really hard. Jailer was starting to hurt a little bit, but I did okay. And we'll just see how this goes. If I can get some good mob density, I'll be okay. If not, then, well, shit. It is what it is, right? That means I'll have to get a couple more Paragon levels, get some better gear rolls here and there, and start making my gyms get higher levels, and then that might be the difference of making me do 35 consistently as opposed to just only doing it half the time. Or it just could be maybe I get an unlucky riff, but I don't know what to tell you about this riff so far. We'll have to wait and see. We got a reflect mob with mortar, so I gotta time my attacks so I can keep Rain of Toading up until about right about now, because they're about to probably much go back into reflect. They're back into reflect. Now I'm just dodging, and then the reflect is done. Now I'll go back into attacking, and this mob is cleaned up pretty easily. Bam. And we're doing okay in the meter. We need a little bit more mob density. Another mob here, but we got to reflect mob this big guy here, so now I got to wait till he starts reflecting. Then I'll go ahead and start doing Rain of Toads. And as you can see, this is like one of the mobs that just happened just to be able to kill my fetishes quite well. And, you know, like I said, just sometimes there's not much you could do. Reflect, Vortex, Molten, extra health, reflects damn. Yeah. Sometimes you got mobs like that, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, keep this in mind, I'm at 14 million toughness, so that's, like, pretty scary. But then again, if I would have had the Hellfire Amulet with a little bit more survivability, or, like, with Jungle Fortitude, that might actually have made it so my pets didn't die. Now, we actually got into a bad place because the Fetish Army is off cooldown because I just took a death, and I just summoned a Zombie Dog, so it's still on cooldown, so now we're going to have to wait. I could try to generate fetishes, but it's kind of worthless because they'll die right away. So we're just really just waiting for the Fetish Army to get off cooldown and the Zombie Dogs. Spirit Walk, Zombie Dog. Okay, there we go. Hopefully I don't get Vortex and hit, which probably is going to happen. I'm probably going to get Vortex, so I'm just trying to position myself far away. And if I get Vortex, maybe I'll get pull Vortex into the pole right there. That was cool. Zombie Dog is having some problems right now. Yeah, that's just depressing. So I could finish this level, but I'm not going to because that's pretty much a wrap. If you really need your gym levels and stuff like that, you can do well. This is where it gets kind of weird because, like I said, at certain levels, there's really not much you can do. I mean, you just get bad monsters like that, and that's just a part of the greater risk you actually just have to deal with. So this third part of this video is actually going to be very, very short. I'll give it one more go. And like I said, for pets on 35, it's pretty nice. I have cleared 35 before with pets, but like I said, to be honest, it always depended on if I got good monsters. These guys hit really hard. I think this would be alleviated if I had a Hellfire Amulet with Jungle Fortitude passes. My pets would survive a lot better, and I would survive a lot better. Maybe higher damage might help, but I really don't think higher damage would help and stuff like that. And this is just some of the shit, like, this is what you just have to deal with, you know? It sucks, it's horrible, but I mean, there's not much you could deal with. And these monsters just pretty much annihilate the my pets. So to make a build that would be more consistent, I would, like I said, I'd have to get a Hellfire Amulet with Jungle Fortitude, which would make my toughness probably go up to 16,000. And I know that's a little crazy, but that's just something I have to do. Now, some people out there say, well, if you ran the Pet Enforcer Gym, well, if I ran the Pet Enforcer Gym, then I lose the extra, the big damage from the dots from my Infectious Toxin Gym and my Pain Enhancer Gym. And I kind of like those because it's extra added damage and it seems to be working out pretty well. But I might be changing some stuff down in the future. Once I can get the run to 37 or 38 or start doing things more consistently, then I might, like, you know, go back and maybe change a couple things around. But I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty happy. I can get it to 34. I can clear 34 real consistently. 35, it's like half the time I can. And 36 is once in a blue moon. Like I said, this guy right here, he's only by himself, so it's not too bad. When he had 4 copies of himself, that was pretty bad. And I'm just trying to stay positioned back and just take him down slowly. See, this is where also damage might be pretty good in this situation. But I always say, like, the thing about pets is this: a lot of damage in a Jade build makes sense because you determine the damage in the Jade build. You don't need the pets. But the only thing I say, like, toughness is pretty good in pet build is because the thing about the Jade build, they run Spirit Vessel. So if they die, they get popped to Spirit Vessel. The thing about pets is that if you don't have good survivability, your pets are just going to die too. So even if you run a lot of high damage and your pets do a lot of the high damage, if your pets don't have any survivability, it doesn't matter because they die. And once they die, your pets are dead, you're not doing any damage. And they're doing pretty good okay now. That was kind of a whack in terms of elites. Like, what's worse than those elite packs is if you get that guy as a Rift Guardian boss. Now, if you ever get him as a Rift Guardian boss, get him down to low, and as you know, when he's low, he starts jumping around and dropping rocks that will instantly kind of one-shot you everywhere. Once you get him low, just walk off screen. Wait like 30 seconds or 15, 20 seconds and come back in and finish him. I know that sounds crazy. I know you might be pressed for time, but like unless you're like close to an entrance and like you know you're not gonna die. But he is pretty bad to get as terms of Greater Rift Guardian boss. I mean, that's just another thing too. Like, once you start getting to high levels, then you start hoping for certain mob packs and you start hoping for certain Rift Guardians. Because some Rift Guardians, you could have a wonderful build and then just run into that one Rift Guardian that just kills all your pets on a high level Rift. And that could end your run. So, like I said, for the most part, I think most builds can get to 35, 36 and be pretty consistent in terms of Witch Doctor. But, like, when you start going to higher levels, it really, I hate to say it, it comes kind of down to luck. And it's really not much you can do with. I mean, you just gotta hope that you get the good scenario like that right there. I took some pretty bad damage. Things are starting to hit a lot more. And I'm starting to take a lot more damage. And this is just, like I said, I got like 14 million toughness. So, I mean, that just kind of gives you a picture of like how it's kind of, I don't want to say it's silly, but it's kind of crazy. But I guess it is what it is. You just have to deal with it and you have to keep going on. Hopefully this level kind of, or this rift kind of settles down. And see, right now I really don't have that many good mob density. Since we're already behind, we'll go ahead and take a look over here. Hopefully they have some nice mobs, but if they don't have any nice mobs, then basically, okay, I wasted my time, so we'll see. A couple mobs here. That wasn't really worth it. I probably should have just went to the next level. But this might be a good time just to show, like, sometimes you just get bad greater rifts, and sometimes there's nothing you can really do much about it. Okay, well, this is the next area. And we'll see if we get any monsters over here. We got one elite pack that looks like a pretty easy elite pack, which is a good thing. And these kind of mobs is what you want. These are Act 1 mobs. Good mob density right here in this little tiny little area, so that's pretty good. And pretty straightforward. Pets are not dying too badly. Well, the ones from the skill, like the zombie dog and the fetish army, are not going to die easy. The ones from the passive are kind of understandable. But once I get good rolls on a Hellfire Amulet, maybe I could run Jungle Fortitude, then that might make a big difference. Or who knows, I might just run Gruesome Feast. We'll see. Alright, so that mob density was okay. Did it make up for the time that we could have spent probably going to the next level? No, I probably should have just went to the next level, but I mean there's not much you can do about that. Alright, oh, I don't like this map that much because this map gets a little crazy, but sometimes it can get some real nice mob density. We'll just have to wait and see. And we gotta watch out for the hands because they do a lot of good damage. I'm just casting my friends here, and most of it's going down. Okay, hopefully we get some good elites, speed up the process of this dungeon. Ooh, those are pretty nice. Well, they have teleport. The spears actually hurt really badly. Hopefully my pets can stop attacking the smaller mobs and come over here and help me with these mobs. There we go. I kind of don't like it when my pets start attacking mobs that are not the elites. It's like, hey, I know you're attacking that skeleton, but I got this ginormous mallet lord on me, and we really kind of need to kill that. But I have to say the AI is a lot better, and they did reduce the collision of the pets, so the pets can now actually stack up on top of each other and still do damage, which is pretty cool. Not to mention in Party, they also made it so that the pets appear a little bit transparent, or like they're not completely showing all the way through, so people's computers are not lagging too horribly because there's so many pets on screen. So I think that was a good change. Hopefully they do the same thing with a lot of other spell effects. They should have a mode or a setting that does like reduce like spell effects, because I mean, in all honesty, if you're in a well-seasoned group, you really don't need to see everything, and if you have it on reduced, like, you know, effects, then that could help out a lot of people in groups so they're not like lagging out. See, now we're getting some pretty mobs. They're pretty easy to deal with. Again, like, you know, Act 1 mobs and Act 3 mobs are pretty nice in terms of them not trying to run away or do stupid shit. Act 2 mobs are okay, but the bees, like if you get like a lot of the wasps that shoot the smaller wasps, those guys are pretty annoying as well. And we're actually making up some good time here. It's not as bad as it was before. The map I really don't care for too much because, like I said, this map can either be the greatest thing ever or something really horrible. Got another elite pack coming in. Let's see. Frozen, Pulse, Vampiric, and Molten. So the only thing I have to worry about with this guy is a Vortex, which means I'll be saving my Spirit Walks, and Pulsating, which means I'll keep my ass moving. Sometimes you can bait a Pulse, you know, like just let it get close to you to start and then just get away from it. Now normally I would Spirit Walk away, but like I said, he has Vortex, so I have to be careful when I use my Spirit Walk, because if he does Vortex me inside, then I have to Spirit Walk to prevent myself from dying. Vortex and Molten's pretty bad, because if you kill them, have your Spirit Walk ready, or like sometimes I might even Spirit Walk before I kill a Molten Vortexer, because what happens is as they die they'll Vortex you and you get like Vortex into the Molten and you die. It's pretty frustrating. So we're making up some pretty good gains right now, and a gain is basically anything like where it's like, oh, you're making that meter go back up really quickly and you're catching back up, or you're getting way ahead of the timer. I don't think we're gonna pass this, but hopefully we can put a good foot forward and making a good attempt to, you know, get back at least somewhat close to the 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. But yeah, this is kind of frustrating. See, I'd like to see like a little bit more mob density here, but like I said, Blizzard said that they are aware of the issue, and they say it's not an easy thing to balance, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I don't think you should only have 3 levels of greater rifts or 4, and then, you know, have a crap ton of monsters so people can get that mob density up, and then it really just comes down to your survivability and your damage. Can you, you know, do enough damage to get through the environment quick? I think I got pretty good damage for 35. It could be a little bit better, but you know, I'm just gonna have to get more toughness, more survivability, and more damage. Level up those gems higher, get those perfect rolls on all my gear, just so I can eke out that little bit of extra advantage, so I can start doing 35 more consistently, and then I can start making those big lucky, can I get lucky runs where I get 36, 37, and 38. But I'm pretty happy about that. I actually caught up really good, so I can't bash myself too much. I think I just had a bad first floor, and that happens. And but I have to say, I caught up pretty decently. I was about to give up. I was about to just say like, screw it, I'm done with the video, but this is not too bad. Thunderstorm Mortar, you gotta just be able to just pick your Spirit Walks and just try to dodge shit. Not much you could do versus Mortar in a Thunderstorm. That's quite horrible to deal with. The worst thing ever is when you have Mortar, Thunderstorm, and Jailer. That will make you go a little bit crazy, and you know, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, once you start letting go and stop like getting mad at the riff, I know I raged out yesterday when I said this. It did make me a little bit mad, but you can't control the rift. And like I said, just get it through your head. Just remember this: for the most part, with higher rifts, it's not you. I mean, of course you're gonna have a set amount of gear, you know, of course, because everybody's gonna end up start having the same gear towards the end. But for the most part, it's not you as a player; it's the greater rift. And the only way to get better greater rifts is just to, as stupid as it's about to sound, is to do more greater rifts and spam more greater rifts. Now, if you just want to try to clear a level like 35 or 36, let's say you're trying to rank and you want to clear level 37 and you know that you have the gear, but you just need to get a good rift, get in a group, get a lot of keystone shards, do about 100 of them, and then just keep getting, you know, figure out whatever wave it is to get what level you want. Let's just say, for example, wave 38 was 37 on greater rifts. So you get in a party, you clear until wave 38, then your whole party dies, or you guys go back to town, get your keystones, and just stock up on a lot of them, and just keep running 38 until you get that perfect run where you're able to clear it, and then you'll rank. Or if you get like a conduit shrine at a nice point of the map, and that's what a lot of people are doing. Do I support that? No. Is that what everybody else is doing? Yes. If you want to rank, that's what you got to do. It's just basically set it to the level you want to rank at. You know you have the gear to clear it, but you just need good mobs, and just spam the keys over and over until you get that good rift that has everything that you want. That was pretty good pack. Like I said, don't care for the map, but that's okay. Or at least they took out Cesspool. Cesspool was a pretty horrible map for greater rifts. Hopefully next season we'll see like maybe 5 different map setups, the ones that make more sense, or at least a map setup where like it's pretty straightforward to where you gotta go, or like how you go like in a circle and you find the entrance, something like that. I know they want to keep things pretty RNG, but we all can agree Diablo already has a shit ton of RNG, and at least towards the greater rift we don't. I mean, we already got the RNG of the actual, you know, the gyms and stuff. I really don't think the game needs that much more randomness. Alright, we're almost done here, and then we'll be able to hopefully get some nice legendaries, level up our gems. Most of my gems are 35, 36, I got a couple 40. The only way I'm going to really level up those gems to max level, what some people do is they'll hop in a greater rift. Like if you're a witch doctor, one of the best builds we have is a 0 DPS build. I don't know if I'll do that, but well, I might make a video about it. But what it is just a damage amplifying build and CC build that you go in with a monk and then 2 DHs, and I've seen people clear 30, 51, and 50 with it. And the real strong thing about that for solo play is like, Debo, why are you talking about group play when we're talking about solo, you know, play as a witch doctor? What they do is they get in those parties, they clear up to, you know, because if you can clear up the greater rift like level 45 or 50 or whatever and complete it, even if you can do if you do like a real good party, right, that can get you to, let's say, greater rift level 46, it doesn't matter if you don't beat that level 46 rift in time, because at the end of the rift you still get to upgrade your gems. So if you're trying to upgrade your gems to level 50, get in a group, ramp it up to level 45, and this sounds crazy, and then just, you know, go through the dungeon. It might take a while, it might take you 40 minutes to beat it, but then you could upgrade your gems and keep upgrading them until you get them to high level. Now if you get a real good solid group where you can make decent runs, then you can get your gems up to level 50 in no time, and then come back and do solo, and those level 50 gems do make a big difference. So that's a little tactic people have been doing. Like I said, when they want to clear a certain rank, they'll like, you know, spam a bunch of those. They'll get like a farm up a lot of those keys of that level and keep running the level over and over until they actually are successful and they actually beat it out. Those are little things you can do to try to get into the high ranks if you're trying to go for like top 20 or top 50 or whatever on the ladder board. Well, on the leaderboards, that's just kind of how it goes. I hope Blizzard redoes the system in the future so it's less like, because I think we all can agree, or this might just be my opinion, but like, it's just kind of weird to me how I have to like get like 100 keys of a certain level I'm trying to rank at and spam those keys over and over until I get that greater rift that is like, you know, perfect. I mean, I don't think greater rift should be like, I don't think a greater rift shouldn't be like a legendary, like, oh, I got a legendary greater rift, this is gonna be real easy. I think they should move it towards, like, I would personally cap greater rifts at 50 for group, 40 for solo, and make it more about like if you can clear a max level greater rift, they give you like a points, and then you level up on a point system, and you rank against other people on a point system, and then that kind of makes it more about if you can perform consistent runs, you get good amount of points, and you rank up against other people. I don't think Blizzard will head down that way. I hope they do some more of a structure type of environment for the greater rifts, because I think it would make it a lot better than just simply us just spamming 100 keys of a certain level to get a really good run and then rank on that. It'd be nice if it was like, you know, hey, I ranked at 40, you know, I get to move up to the next level or whatever. You know, or I'm sorry, I get experience, and that experience adds to my account, and then they rank your account experience, as opposed to just simply how high you can get, because just because you can get a high level rank doesn't mean you can do that consistently. It's all about luck, and I'd like it, at least in the spirit of competition or in this game, for them to kind of take a step back from that and start you know, putting the game more towards like being a consistent player and playing on a regular basis. Because the way it kind of set up is now for the Greater Rift, if you have the gear and everybody has the same gear and you just happen to spam, let's say, a 43 or 45 key, and it's pretty much impossible, but then you find this one rift where you have the perfect conduit shrine and all this other stuff, and you can just go through the environment, then everybody else will have to do the same thing. And it's, I mean, because the way it's supposed to work is you do 35. Let's say you're trying to rank at 40. You do the waves, you get placed at 35. If you got really good gear, you might skip 35 to 37. 37, you might only skip to 38. 38, you skip to 39. 39 is wishy-washy, and then you finish 39 one time, and then you get to rank 40, and 40 is up for grabs, right? And then you fail at 40. Then you come back, and you get placed maybe at 34, 35, or maybe you do good on the waves, you get placed at 36, and you skip from 36 to 38. Then you do 39. You fail at 39, you don't get another attempt at 40. I think it should be more structured, but we'll have to wait and see. But no matter what Blizzard does, the only thing we can do is just do what the best option is available for us, which is just, if you want to make an honest attempt at a high level, you just make a bunch of keys for that level with the group, and then you just spam those keys until you get, you know, a rift that has good mobs, good mob density, a good rift guardian, and a conduit pylon. And then that's how you can start making rank attempts. I don't like it. I don't support it. It is what it is, but I'm just telling you guys how you can do things to increase your chances of ranking at a certain level. Now, this is Keldala. Her new points kind of scare people, but they did buff the chance to get legendaries from her. We're going to do gloves because I'm still looking for a better tasker in Theo. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and spam gloves. And I didn't get anything, so... I have gotten a lot of legendaries from the new Keldala system. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm not getting as many yellows and blues as I did before. So, I mean, what can you do? But we got this build is up to a greater of 34 pretty consistently. 35 is kind of half and half. 36 is like if I really had to try and go at it, then maybe. Nothing too good here. Nothing too good here. Not gonna use that. That one's actually not too bad, but I'm not going to use that either. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the videos of this 3-part series. Good luck with your pet builds. Any pet build that you want to do that wants to get to a higher greater rift, I'd advise using Tallman's Finger. Otherwise, if you just want to make a pet build to have fun and you don't care about ranking, then pretty much any pet build you can do, you can have fun with, and your pets won't die that much. So I'll see you guys on my next set video. I think the next video I might do is I might do a Grim Reaper build and see how high that can get, and that'll just be purely for fun. But then again, I might do Carnival because a lot of people have been asking about the Carnival build. So thank you guys for watching this video series, and I'll see you guys next.